Hello, welcome back to Wenzel's World. I want to take this opportunity and use this platform to make this announcement that I'll be entering the race for the presidency. I'll be running for president of the CSA, which is the Confederate States of America. Since Jefferson Davis is not going to be running, and there hasn't been one to run since him, then and nobody else is running, then of course I'm going to be elected as president. And also, let me say, April Fool's Day. But I want to talk to you today. About these pipe holders, pipe stands, that you can little leather bands, pipe holders to put your pipe in. I make these little pipe stands right here, so that's what I want to talk about today. And today I got me the only Savinelli pipe that I got, and that's about the straightest stem pipe that I've got or that I want. I'm looking now whenever I go to get another pipe, I'm looking at something that I don't have. And so this is this is the only one I got like this one. And so when I saw that, why, I ordered it. And I'll tell you where I got this from, if you'll let me pause this just a moment. This is where I got this Savinelli pipe from. Just a moment. MBSD Pipes. That's where this one came from. Okay. So then I'm going to talk to you about these leather pipe holders, my evaluation of them, and get my pipe filled up here. I'm in the shop today. Pretty day. Sun's been out, real windy, and so got most of my work done I needed to do today. I'm loading this pipe here with some My Mixture 965. So I'm putting this Peterson blend into this Savinelli pipe. I guess I should have got a Peterson pipe. But anyway, we'll get this pipe loaded up. I want to talk to you about these leather pipe holders here. Get a tad bit more in there. Because when I get through talking to y'all, I'll sit here and think about something I should have said on here probably. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, people's always pulling pranks and things on April Fool's Day. Thought that'd be a good little prank to pull, maybe with my dry humor. Somebody might think I was really running for president. He said, well, if you could run for president, what would you do? Very little. The president don't need to do much. One thing I wouldn't do any executive orders. It's not the president's job to pass a bunch of executive orders. Just saying. Well, thought I had a tamper out here, so you know how it is. Sometimes you just got to use what you got. Leather pipe holders. Well, like I say, now I make these leather pipe holders. I got 2 boxes over there full of scrap leather. So you get you a pipe, whatever one you want to make it for, or if you want to make one just for that'll fit most any of them. I think it's near about 10 inches long if you were to have it out, stretched out like that. And those impressions on there, I put those impressions on there. Got different ones that's got different impressions on. There's a different one. And what's holding it together is this rivet right here. See there? You got a rivet that holds that together. Okay. Now, this is the only kind of pipe stand I got. I'm going to make me a wooden pipe stand one of these days. I just ain't got around to it. And by the way, have you ever seen one of them? I asked a fella that one time. I was inviting people to come to church, and I was out there at the road outside of his house. And I said, well, I want to invite you to come to church. He said, well, I will if I get around to it. I said, you ever seen one of them? Made him angry. I was just asking him if he ever saw one. Have you ever seen a round to it? The little old round wooden thing's got printed on it round to it. Well, anyway, these here little old leather pipe bands, pipe holders, pipe stands. I get around to it one of these days. I'm gonna make me a wooden one. But these here work pretty good. Let me tell you something other before you start making them. You say, well, you see you put that on with a rivet, yeah. Well, I don't have any rivets. You ain't got to have a rivet. You can use, you can, if you get you something, if you got some leather, okay, surely you got an old belt that you don't wear no more, one of them cheapos made out of, you know, whatever it's made out of. Bonded leather is not top grain leather, okay? But you said if you got an old belt, you know, why you can just take that and make it ever how long you want it. I don't know, 18 inches long, ever how much you need it. You can fold it around and put your pipe in it and see how well it feels. If it ain't where it suits you, I'll make it a little longer, a little shorter. But anyway, you can take and poke a hole in it and take another piece of leather or a piece of string or anything like that and just tie that. Make a loop, make that into a loop and just tie that together. You ain't got to have a rivet. But anyway, so there's this one. Let me say something to you about it. If you go to making one, make one out of something thick. See how thick that is? If you were, when you go by, when in the leather crafting world, it goes by weight. And this is a piece of belt leather here, what I call it, because of the weight size. And it's something like 9-10 ounces. Whenever you got something that thick and that heavy, it's going to better set when you go to lift your pipe out of it. Okay. In other words, I got one over here, one of the first ones that I made, and I made it out of thin leather. Matter of fact, I wet molded it. See how that looks right there? See how that's shaped? I got that piece wet, and then I began to mold that, and then let that shape that I molded that into dry. So that's been wet molded. Bad thing about that right there, it is so thin. When you got a pipe sitting in that thing, and you go to lift it up, generally what you're going to do is lift up the whole thing. And you don't want to lift up those. So if you go to making them, make sure you make it out of some thick leather, something that weighs something that's gonna keep us sitting whenever you lift your pipe up out of it. I meant to put something else over here to show you, and I'm gonna have to pause this again and get this leather pipe roll, and I want to show you something about it also. So just give me just a minute here. Okay, back again. This here, if you remember now, I made this here leather pipe roll. Okay, now it opens up like that and like that, and then inside of there I've got this pocket here, and I've got this pocket over here, and then in the middle I've got this pocket here also, and down in the bottom of that pocket I got this. That is my carrying pipe holder. So if I go off somewhere or another and got this everything I need in this pipe roll, and want something to set my pipe on, then I use this right here. Now with this here pipe stand holder, it got a snap on it. Okay, now there's my leather pipe holder. So it's good to go. I've made them different widths. This one is wider than that one there. This one here is an inch wide enough. That's probably wide enough for any pipe that you got. All you want to do is just for it to sit up right. So, leather pipe holders. They work real good. I like them. That's what I use. So, well, ain't getting much out of my pipe. So I'm going to end this video. Just want to show you these leather pipe holders. And so what do you use? You use them, or use nothing? That's okay. You can set it down. I just don't want the ash, pipe rolling over. Having ash on my desk or little nightstand, table, lamp stand, whatever it is I'm setting stuff on. So I use like I said, I got 2 boxes of scrap leather. So, and I tell you, well, I ain't got any leather, and I ain't got any old belts. Got any flea markets around where you live? Go to the flea market. Sometimes they'll sell a roll of leather out big around. Used to be probably 10 years ago, probably about $10 a roll. I guess it's $20, probably 30 or 40 now. But anyway, you might figure out something else to do with the leather and make you some dog collars or something like that, or make a bunch of them leather pipe holders like that, give them away to people, or sell them, or something like that, make it interesting. And with them impressions like that you put on there, you say, well, how do you put them on there? Well, now I'm gonna tell you something. That is for another video, meaning but you can go to Hobby Lobby and buy them little tools, leather crafting tools. Every one of them little impressions right there. Let me set this down in my pipe holder. Every one of them little impressions right there. This one and this one. That's 2 different tools. Okay. Same thing with this one right here. That one there, that's 2 different tools. That is a tool. And this one right up under there, that's a different tool. So then you can go to Hobby Lobby and get them little tools and things like that, and put them impressions on there. Of course, that leather was like that before I stained it. And of course, they sell the stain to do that with too. But you got to put a sealer over there. So I ain't gonna do all that. Well, just get you some leather and make you one like that. Or you got an old belt, just use it. And they work real good. All right, you have a good day.